Anyone want to take a guess as to what I'm going to be doing with this? Hey all, it's Vintage Vinny, and welcome to a collective antique store haul. After Christmas, I decided to go ahead and check out two of my local antique malls to see what I could find for myself and, of course, to sell and flip for a profit. So the first mall that I visited, I spent $82.15, which seems like a lot, and it is. But I'm very satisfied with what I purchased, and I am definitely going to be able to make that back. I have one item that I bought that is not vintage that's going into Amazon. I think I'm going to be able to get about $35, $40. After fees, I'll probably net about 20 something dollars, and I only paid, I think, like $2.40 for it, so that's perfect. And then we're looking at this really awesome piece. This is a new and sealed Ray Fillet 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles villain. As you can see, like I just said, still in the box. The packaging does have some flaws, but it is brand new and sealed. And this was $10, but I, of course, looked it up because in this mall I'm able to do so. And come to find out, it's worth about $30 to about $50. So I might shoot high and aim for the 50 and hope to possibly get maybe 40. So this was a fun find. This was $8. This is a vintage angel napkin holder with the matching napkins. And it's there. This would be a great Christmas display. Very 1950s, 1960s. Let's see what the back says. If that'll even come out on camera. If it doesn't, I apologize. It does say, let me take it out of here so you guys can, so I can read that. It says Oriental napkin, size 14 by 14, 20 sheets, made in Japan. So yeah, that's not going to come up on camera because of the glare. But yeah, it's here. And all original and in very good condition. What it's worth, I don't know. I may save it for next Christmas. Or I may put it in a sale maybe next, I shouldn't say next because it's 2021, for this Christmas. So I thought that was neat. I got this out of a booth and I was pleasantly surprised to see it because I hardly ever see the Valentine's Day planters, for cheap that is. And I only paid $6 for it. This is going to be a keeper for myself. This is a Relpo planter. Got some age and some wear to it, but I love it. This is actually local. I don't know if this company is still around anymore, but I think it's still kind of cool that the original sticker was on it. So I will definitely be keeping that for vintage Valentine's displays. This will definitely end up in a live sale. This is a luster vase, and it's raised painted, so I think maybe it was like a hand-painted piece. Let's see if it says that on the bottom. Yeah, it says hand-painted, made in Japan, with a dove in the center. And it was only $3. This came from a booth that has lots of ephemera and like old magazines and things like that. So maybe this just was something that wasn't really up their alley, so they just priced it cheap to move it. So that I'm thinking maybe of asking at a live sale, maybe $15 to about $18, because it is a really nice piece. Spring is coming, and I think I will add this into a spring live sale. Or if you just can't wait that long, you can always email me, skulking95680, and I will just go ahead and send you an invoice from there. So I wasn't sure if I had this Mr. Peanut plastic mug. It was only $3.50, so I went ahead and just jumped on it because, like I said, I wasn't sure if I had it or not. I feel like maybe I do. So maybe what I'll do is I will look downstairs amid all my collections and hoards, see what I have, and if I have one of these already, I'll probably sell the other one because I know I paid more for the other one than I did this one. So I was happy to pick this up, especially for only $3.50, because other people try to ask like upwards of $8 or $9 for them. So that was a fair price. Now, I don't know if you all know, but Salty Croc, aka my dad, is a big Popeye fan. Years and years ago, when he was a kid, he used to go to the flea markets with my grandparents and he would collect Popeye stuff. And I think in the 80s and 90s, my dad sold it all to a dealer that has known my grandmother for years, or knew my grandmother for years and years, and bought from her. So I picked up this 1964 Popeye Secret Pictures Draw in Color activity book. It was 20% off of that price, so I only paid $1.60 for it. So I don't know if my dad was being serious or if he was just joking, but he said that he will probably do some of the activities in here. And I said to him, if you don't want to ruin the original activity, make copies of it on the scanner, on the printer, and then do them. That way you can do them as many times as you want, instead of ruining the original. From the same vendor that I got the, what's it called? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles villain. I got these 3 vintage Christmas magazines. This one is from, I think, 1965. It's Things to Make for Christmas. Oh, by the way, these 3 magazines were $5 each, or for the set. So I couldn't say no to that. And we've got this How To Christmas book. I believe this one is from 1963. One of these is from 63, the other one's from 65. And then I got a December 1958 Better Homes and Gardens magazine with a bunch of fun, festive-looking things in here. I wish I could open this up and share it with you all, but it's hard to do on camera, so maybe one of these days I'll do what Vintage and Vinyl does, and we'll just go through it live. Who knows? So I couldn't say no to $5 for those. That was just a given. These were also $5. It's a set of Chalkware elephants. This one has a little boo-boo right there, the baby. I know there's supposed to be one mama elephant and 2 babies. Man, that is not focused, is it? There we go. But this was all I could find, and I felt $5 was a good price. I will probably wage these at a live sale, and I'm sure some elephant lover is going to go gaga over these. This was a really fun find, too. This came out of a booth that's kind of, I don't want to say junky, but the prices are very, very reasonable. This is a 1989 Conan the Barbarian t-shirt from 1989 in the original packaging, and it's a size medium, so it's not a size that fits everyone, but I felt for $5, that was totally worth it. And I was able to look it up in the store, and someone has one listed for about $49.99, so I'll either ask like $5 less, or maybe I'll just do it exactly at that, because I don't think the one that was listed was in the original plastic, so that will add some value to it, I think. So $5, heck yeah. For my mom, I found this book. It's from 1898. It's The Story of Abraham Lincoln. And yeah, it was only $3.20, so it was 20% off. So she hasn't opened this up yet. I said I wanted to haul it before I give it to her, along with that Popeye activity book. So I'm excited for her to open that up and see what's in it, because I think it's a kid's book. Yeah, it says for young readers. I got this vintage Easter postcard. I love the colors of it. And here's what the back looks like. It's embossed. And judging by the font on there, let me focus on that so you guys can see. It says printed in Germany. The stamp is kind of smudged, so I can't really see what the year is, but I would guess that that's probably teens, possibly. Just judging by the imagery on it. And the last item for this antique mall is probably the most expensive. It's been sitting there for a long time, and I finally just decided to go ahead and take a look at it. It's a pack of Coca-Cola playing cards. They were $25. I did open them up in the store to see if all of them were there, and I think I counted 51 or 52. I know before the Jokers, there's supposed to be 52 cards in a deck, but you don't see these playing cards around too often, so I just went ahead and bought them. I think only a queen is missing, which if I really wanted to, I could probably find it online somehow, some way. So that's really what made this haul so expensive. But I think it was worth it because I don't ever see Coca-Cola playing cards out in the wild, or at least I haven't seen them at all. So I thought that that was a rather fun pickup. So that's everything for the first store. Let's check out everything I got at the second shop. So the first thing that I am going to be sharing with you all is this really cool Bugs Bunny melted plastic popcorn decoration. I showed it to Dad, and I said to him, I think it's Bugs Bunny's head, and he said that I could be right, but if you take into consideration, that you have to trademark items, like, they have to put Warner Brothers on it, something like that, it may not be, but judging by the face and the teeth, I believe this is Bugs Bunny. I think they made either just the head, or they also made a full-bodied Bugs as well, just based on what I've seen. I know that they made Daffy Duck and Porky Pig, so this very well could be Bugs. Probably from the 60s or the 1970s. I forgot to say, he was $9.50. This was actually the very first item that I picked up at this mall. It was originally $6, but it was from a vendor who always has half off all of his inventory, which helps you save, but his prices are a little astronomical. I was gonna get something for somebody, and I think it was like $5 and then $2.50. I can't remember what it was, but it was a while ago. And it was just something that I know I could get at a flea market for like a quarter. So I was like, no, I'm not even gonna bother with that. But yeah, I'm always oddly attracted to baby planters. You all know that. And I love them, but I don't want children. Go figure. That's the one weird thing about me. Now this mall does take their price tags off of stuff, which is I don't like it. I just like to be able to remember how much I spend, because sometimes what they put on the description for the receipt isn't exactly accurate. But I thought this was really, really fun. It'd be cool for a bookshelf, or if you're into decorating for Halloween. This is stamped Japan, as you can see right there. He was $3.95. He is bisque, but I love him nonetheless. Either he'd look great for Halloween, or you could just put him on a shelf as a trinket display. I think he's cool. Now this came in the holder. It was $4. It's a piece of ephemera, and it's an advertisement for a corset, which I've never seen before. Now, somebody might think, oh, well, this is a reproduction, because judging by the fading and the color of it. So here's what the back looks like, because I know a lot of reproductions have this look to them. But when you open it up and you look at the graphics of the inside and you look at the font of the lettering and all that, this is definitely not a reproduction. So I will definitely be adding this to my ephemera collection. Neat, huh? Probably 1910s, maybe early 20s. I got a jack-o'-lantern candy container. It was, actually, they marked it down. He just took the markdown price off. He was 20% off, so he was only $2. No markings to say who he was made by, but he is older because the plastic is thinner. Don't know why anybody didn't pick him up at Halloween time, because that's a really good price. Now this is one of those weird things that you sometimes find. This came from a vendor who's got showcases and showcases and showcases, chock-a-block full. Like, I mean, if you have somebody open it up because you want to look at something in there, I'd be afraid to knock like an entire shelf over because there's so much stuff on it. So this is a 1999 Schick Silk Effects razor. Here's the back. I was barely able to look anything up in this mall because the signal was so bad. But I found out that it's worth about 35 to maybe $40. So I was really happy with that. And that was only $2.55 because this booth was 15% off. So kind of one of those odd things you find at an antique mall. Because I know it's only 22 years old now, but not something you'd expect to find at an antique mall, more like a vendor mall or a flea market or a thrift store. So these were a really fun item. I was digging through a booth that has a lot of ephemera, like it's overwhelming how much stuff this person has. And their booth is like junky. I mean, it's one of those booths that I love because you can dig through the stuff to find the cool things or the treasure that you love. But it also can be very overwhelming because there's postcards and sheet music and magazines and wallabies and wannabes and all kinds of stuff. But these caught my eye. These are Get Well cards featuring storybooks. So you've got Peter Rabbit, Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, London Bridge, Little Miss Muffet, and I'm sorry to any of you who don't like spiders, but that spider is cool despite me not liking arachnids. Oh, that went right out of focus. And we've got Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and we've got Old King Cole. So I felt $3 was a really fair price for all those. What do you think? So I've got two more things that I'd like to share with you all. Again, this is something that's been sitting at this antique mall for quite a while. It's a set of playing cards. It's saucy playing cards. You all know I love my pinup. I think these have been there for quite a while. I think we've been going up to this mall even when we were living down in Gaithersburg, and I remember seeing them then. They were $19.95 firm, no discount, but that's all right. You get 2 decks, so it's about $10 a deck, and usually that's still a very fair price because I think this is probably about a $40 to $50 deck on eBay. So I was really happy with that, and I think these are marked 1945, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember if I looked on here or not. One of them has the date, and I think the Joker does. But yeah, you get the picture. Very fun. Okay, so I am going to have to turn the camera off for just 1 second so I can get my last item to share with you all. And the last piece that we're going to be looking at in this haul is this really awesome General Cement Radiochemical Laboratory store display. I bought that for $19, and I knew immediately what I was going to do with it when I bought it. Anyone want to take a guess as to what I'm going to be doing with this? Well, I thought it would make a really awesome salt and pepper shaker display. I took a few of the sets that I had sitting downstairs and put them on this caddy so you all can see what it would look like hanging up on a wall. I've got some pretty neat sets. I've got Willie and Millie, which I believe are the mascots for Cool Cigarettes. My naughty phallic-shaped ones by Hazel Atlas. My George Washington and Betsy Ross Americana salt and pepper shakers. Smokey the Bear, which is one of my many favorites. On the bottom, by the way, the shelving unit is a bit wider on the bottom than it is on top. I've got my anthropomorphic lemons, and we've got my whales, along with the anthropomorphic watermelons. I just thought that this would be a great piece, and it is. When I first saw it, I knew what I wanted to do with it. What do you all think? Yay or nay on that? So that is everything that I would like to share with you all. Let me know in the comments section below, what was your favorite item that I picked up? So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure and click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Be sure and check me out on Instagram, the link to it is down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys!